We have this huge mass of followers that have been watching the show from day one and who watch repeat episodes because they love the show that much, and talking about how a big part of being on a television show is trying to get new viewers no matter where you are, in terms of your seasons. And I think that this first episode of season 4, it feels almost like a pilot in a way, because you're being reintroduced to these characters because they live in a reality that has never been seen in the show before. So it's almost like starting from scratch. Like, you're being introduced to who Olivia is, and to Astrid, and Lincoln has never really been seen in this reality, only once, but then not the Peterless reality. So he's being integrated again. So it's almost like this is the perfect episode for somebody who's never seen this show to watch and understand what's happening. They immediately understand the relationships, and then the whole Peter thing, like, you would need to probably go back to really get the story of who Peter is, but that is addressed a little bit too, because there's somebody who wasn't here who used to be here, and Walter's missing him, and there are little comments in the script that allude to that. So I would say that this is probably the best episode that we've ever had to allow new fans to start watching the show. I don't know where Peter is. For someone to not exist, does that mean that without memory of them, that they're completely erased, or is he in like tiny particles because he used to exist and time has been rewound, and so maybe he exists as energy somewhere and people just don't have him in their minds? I don't know what the answer is as to where Peter is, but you start getting bits and pieces of the answer in the first episode through Walter. And I won't give too much away, but Peter is not all the way gone, even though it seems like he is. One little snippet of information that might entice viewers who are really curious to know where Peter is and if he's coming back is to think of the Michael Jackson song, Man in the Mirror. And that's like a tiny, tiny little hint to let you know that Peter's gone, but he's not all the way gone. Listen to that song, and it might symbolize something important in this first episode for people who are really, really missing Peter. We're in an environment that the audience has never seen before because, of course, Peter's not here. Peter doesn't exist. We've never known a Peter. Or the only person that's known a Peter would be Walter, probably. And so this is like what the world would be like if there was no Peter. There are still two worlds, and if you remember the finale of season 3, where the big machine is, that's kind of the space where the two worlds are able to be in the same space together without disrupting anything. And so you find out that this world, our world, is working with the alternate universe through that room where the machine is, that's bringing them together to try and figure out how they can repair their universe. So they're having to review each other's case files from Fringe Division to see how they might interfere with each other or something. It's really, really bizarre. And so now to be back for season 4, I worked the very first day that we started shooting, and Anna and I looked at each other and we were like, it's like it was just yesterday. Like, there was no transitional period that we needed. It's like flexing a muscle. It was so easy to slide right back into it. It was like butter. That part was really cool. I wasn't expecting that. And I don't think that it's happened in previous seasons, because our second season we came to Vancouver from New York, so that was a big transition. And then the next season we were still kind of finding our footing. But this year, it's like no time passed at all between the hiatus. Like, we just started work the very next day, which is really, really cool. I think we've gotten good at this. Don't miss it.